I struggled a lot with making this video because background design encompasses a lot of different factors. But what I want to show you are a few techniques that you can use when you're creating backgrounds, especially stylized backgrounds. And in this particular case, I'm using Photoshop, and I want to direct your attention to a few key tools. The first is the regular Lasso tool. This can be really useful for making organic shaped objects, things like rocks, things like tree trunks, all those sorts of things. Anything that's organic. And the technique that I'm going to repeat over and over again is holding down the Shift key to add to the selection. And you can see that if I keep the Shift key held down, it is basically adding to the selection that I have here. That's an important factor. The other important thing to note is that you can also subtract from your selections. You can hold down the Option or the Alt key and you can remove items from a selection. Now, all this talk about selections, you're probably thinking, well, what does this have to do with background design? Well, once you make these selections, you have a shape. And with that shape, you can then fill that shape in by hitting Option Delete or Alt Backspace. And that allows you to fill that selection and turn it into a shape. And we can then take that shape and we can dial our colors in using the Hue Saturation tool, Command or Control U. And from there, you can convert that shape into something that has dimension and form. And the way you would do that is you would think about the contours. If we were making a tree trunk, I'm simply using the regular Lasso tool and creating the bark for this tree. Command J, Command U, I can make it lighter, like so, and I can give this trunk some form. So this is really a useful technique, I feel, for creating stylized background designs. You can also come back in with your brush tool and you can add some details. And the beauty of this technique is it's very fast in terms of being able to prototype background design very, very quickly. Now, this video is not about composition. This video is not about a lot of the other factors. This is just some techniques. And we use the regular Lasso tool for creating organic objects. I'll just demonstrate this one more time with this rock. I'll desaturate it and I'll deselect it. Again, using the Lasso tool, I'm going to think about the contours of this rock. It's round. And so the lines that I'm creating here, I'm holding down the Shift key using the Lasso tool. I'm going to hit Command or Control J, and I'll make these darker. And again, you can come back in with your brush tool and you can add some dots and other textures. So this is the basic idea. The regular Lasso tool is great for organically shaped objects. Now, let's take a look at another important selection tool that we're going to work with. We've got the Polygon Lasso tool. As its name implies, the Polygon Lasso tool is great for creating hard edges. And I'll make a new layer here. We've got a selection. I can hold down the Shift key. Just like I did with the regular Polygon tool, I can add to my selection. So we have something that looks like this. I can fill in this value by hitting Option Delete, and I've got this shape. I can convert this shape into something that has form. Let's say if we wanted these wooden posts to be rounded at the top. We can hold down the Shift L key to toggle between all of our different Lasso selection tools. And we can hit Command X to cut the selections that we don't want. So the same approach here, I can mix and match the Polygon Lasso tool with the regular Lasso tool. I'm going to create these little striations here, holding down the Shift key. Command J, Command U. And then we've got this beam right here. Let's go ahead and make that a little bit more apparent. So we'll go back to the base layer, Command J, Command U. And then because these wooden beams are running across like this, Command J, Command U, and they're going to notch into a certain part of the wood. Command J, Command U, and now we've got something that we can work with. And if we want to go ahead and, kind of imply some grass or some, other elements, vegetation of some type, we can always make a selection with the organic lasso tool and hit Command X. This is the crux of this technique that I will be using in future videos to help you get more efficient with working with backgrounds. And there are so many videos out there about composition, planning foreground, midground, background. I'll address some of those things, but I feel like that might be a better video if I'm just working on a background from start to finish. This is more instructional and more along the lines of pointing people back to a video that demonstrates some of the techniques that I'll be using in future videos. So I hope you found this to be useful. Again, polygon lasso tool and the regular lasso tool are really, really fantastic. And I've just only hit the surface of what you can do with these tools in Photoshop. So if you found this video to be useful, definitely would appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. As always, thank you for watching the videos. I do appreciate it. I do read all the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.